The champ is here.
There we go. Hey,
What's
can you
going
hear
on?
us? Jamal.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. For some reason, this shit's still on in the car after I turned it off.
That's because you got fancy ass cars.
Oh God, he's
No.
the champ's driving.
Mike, I'm still grounded, Mike. I'm still grounded. We look, we're in a Jeep. Just a Jeep. It's just a Jeep. It's just a Jeep.
It looks good though. But Anthony said you've been out there, you've been buying watches, you've been living life, you've been living large, bro.
I got a couple watches.
Let me ask you this. When you jumped on, I said, "Oh, the champ is here." How does that feel right now, knowing that there's two people, and we'll just get right into it. There's two people fighting for what is essentially your belt. But when somebody calls you champ, what kind of nerve does that touch?
Man, it don't touch any nerves for me. I mean, I am a champ. You know what I mean? I knew once I became a champ, I'd be a champion for life. So, you know, I just kind of take it as that, you know, as far as them fighting for the belt and everything. Like, man, it is what it is, you know. It's just motivation for me to stay focused and locked in my recovery and make sure I'm able to come back and show everybody who the true king is.
We'll get your prediction on that fight coming up and all the rest of it. But I don't think we've spoken to you since you actually had the injury and had to relinquish the belt, so to speak. I mean, because you're still technically the champ until they fight, right? So would you mind just taking us through that time in your life? What went down? What was the scenario?
Well, essentially it was we were playing basketball like we did last year, the year before. We got together with DC and a few other guys and we played some basketball. And it was fun. You know, I had a good time, and we wanted to do it again this year. You know, make it a little bit more fun, kind of make it a little bit more of like a spectacle. And yeah, that's what we did. We were there. We were playing basketball. You know, I play basketball all the time. You know, it's part of my workout. It's part of how I stay in shape. You know, just constantly running back and forth. You know, especially like in camps. You know, it gets tiring steady working out, just looking at weights, lifting weights. So basketball is a fun way. It's a fun way for me to get a workout in. But essentially, yeah, the ball was like being passed in on like an entry pass, and I went to go cut it off. And as soon as I went to go plant on my left foot and spring off, it just kind of gave out. It felt like somebody stepped on the back of my leg, right? So when it happened, I just fell over. You know, I fell over. I think Brunson. I think I actually drug Derek Brunson down with me. You know, which actually led me to think that he stepped on my leg. So for a while, before I actually got the footage where I could actually see, I thought Derek Brunson stepped on my leg and then it ruptured my Achilles. But no, it wasn't the case. He I don't know, bro. It was just weird, bro. Like when I stood up, it was like I knew something was off just because we had, like, no bullshit. Earlier that day, I had just been talking about it with a friend. Like an Achilles tear, like he had torn his Achilles, like what it felt like and things like that. And instantly it was the burning sensation. Felt like somebody stepped on the back of my leg. And then I felt like I had a high heel on. Felt like I couldn't get my heel to the ground, but my heel was flat to the ground. But it was like, you know what I mean? It was really weird. I went over to the sideline. I kind of sat for a minute. You know, after a while, you know, I kind of was like, all right, I'm moving it around. I was still able to move my foot. So my foot was I still had full range of motion. I could move my foot every way. So I'm thinking like, all right, it's not nothing too bad. I just tweaked my ankle, right?
As you do, you're always got a positive mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think all of us, when you get, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'll be good.
Yeah. I think it's more so wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But there was a moment where I was sitting there and I like kind of felt it and I like looked back at my leg and I kind of seen like the little space and I was like, yeah, I kind of knew it was something bad, but I don't know. I just kept telling myself it wasn't that bad. You know, I was able to walk. So I walked around and I actually went to the UFC fights the next day. I actually went out for the next 2 nights on the torn Achilles walking around. And it wasn't until I think Monday Monday I went in and got the MRI, and that was when I found out it was completely torn. It was just, when they told me it was torn, it was shock. You know, I was shocked. I don't know, just a lot of things just went through my head. You know, just I don't know, like what's gonna happen next, fear what happens next, what, you know what I mean, all sorts of things. And yeah, I don't know, man. It was just more so about getting the information I could now about what the best road. I instantly jumped on the recovery. All right, what do I need to do to make sure I start to get back and start to heal back the right way? You know, and from that, yeah, bro, I just kind of rolled from that. A few days went by. I called Dana. Told him. I talked to Hunter. Told him, and they called me back. Hunter called me back a couple of days later, and was like, "Yo, so this is what this was looking like. This is what the doctors are saying." You know what I mean? It's like, we're not going to force you to like say anything or do anything or anything like that, but we want to keep the belts moving, you know? And they kind of had the same promise. They kind of were in a weird position because they didn't say had the same promise to me that they had that I made, that they had to Jiri. So when Jiri had the guarantee that when he came back, he would fight for the title. And the only thing that would hold that up would be if I was being a dickhead and was just like, yo, nah, you can wait. Y'all can fight for an interim. You know what I mean? Which I'm not. Which my only thing was, the only reason why you would do that is because you would lose pay-per-view points, not being the champion. You know, once they told me I had that guarantee, whenever I come back, I fight for the title, I get my champion pay, and I get my pay-per-view numbers. What's
Beautiful.
the point? What's the point of me holding on to? What's the point of me? You know what I mean? Selfishly holding on to the belt. You know, so it was an easy decision at that point.
You know, I think that makes a lot of sense to a lot of people, because I think a lot of people have probably wondered, well, why didn't he just make him fight for an interim?
Yeah.
So I think that probably clears up a lot. I've seen you address this on your podcast, on your YouTube channel, but just for the people here that haven't heard you say it, there's obviously been some people that have talked about, you know, maybe he tore it because he was out of shape and he was heavier or whatever. And I've seen.
Say what's on your mind, Anthony. Say what's on your mind.
Well, there's been. I mean, I've seen how you've been pissed about it. So I wanted to give him an opportunity.
Oh, there we go. Give it a big old slap for me, Jamal. Hey. Go on, Anthony. Before you get to that question, I'm interrupted. I know. A friend of mine.
If you look closely, there's still a six-pack, resemblance of a six-pack there.
Yeah. But guess what? A friend of mine saw Lennox Lewis in a hotel in Beverly Hills, right? And Lennox Lewis was looking fat as fuck. And my buddy said, "Oh, put a few pounds on there, champ." And Lennox Lewis said, and it was the best response ever, he said, "You will never see a skinny king."
I love that.
Sorry, Anthony.
No, I was just going to, I asked the question, and then I was going to say, I've never seen someone like fluctuate as efficiently as Jamal. Like in between, he's happy and he gets a little fluffy and he's enjoying his life. But like as soon as he gets on his diet and he's in shape, like it comes off fast. It's shocking how fast it comes off. And it's not like he's starving himself. It's wild. It's crazy to see.
Years of practice, years and years of practice. Shit, cuts were hell, bro. At first, they used to fight at 185. You know, so I learned, bro. I just learn as I go from certain things. All right, I ate this. It makes me feel this way. This makes me feel this way. I noticed this made me lose this weight this way, and things like that. And now I have my nutritionist and chef. So now I don't even have to worry about it. So now it's just putting in the work that I normally do. You know, I think a lot of that is just a lot of the work that I put in. You know, whenever I do like eat my sweets and things like that. Whenever I lock in and it's time to go to work, I get to work.
No, exactly.
As far as weight goes and being like for the tenant, the hardest thing about it was when the doctor, he told me after the repair, after he repaired it, after they went inside and they seen it, he's like, bro, this thing has been deteriorating for years. You know, it was already a weak blood flowed through it. You know, that's probably why whenever it snapped, I was able to still control my foot and move around because it wasn't that as severe of a pop as like a more healthy Achilles. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I had tendinosis. He said I had tendinosis in it. So he said it was a matter of time. It was only a matter of time, which is a crazy thing to hear because, it's just like.
So essentially your weight wouldn't have mattered. Doesn't matter how much you weigh.
Yeah. Like, how do you prevent that?
You can't.
And ultimately, it doesn't matter because every cloud has a silver lining. You're going to get that repaired. You're going to come back in shape, motivated. You're still getting your championship pay. You're still going to get your pay-per-view points, and you're going to get an immediate title fight. So realistically, it's allowed you to step aside, take care of that, and then come back in the exact same position. Of course, you will be the challenger in that regard, but financially, which is, let's be honest, the main reason why we all do this, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. 100%. And it's coming. I'm coming along pretty quick. I can walk already. I'm already walking.
Oh,
Look at that.
look at this.
Little shift on.
Oh,
Mike, I was so pissed at Jamal, right? The day before he announced his whole Achilles thing, I call up Jamal. It's like, I'm at home, I'm getting ready for this fight. And I call him. I'm like, it's late at night, he's in Vegas. It's like Friday night. I'm like, hey, man, I'm in this camp. I'd love, like, can you come out? Like, can you come out and come train with me? Give me like a week or 10 days and just give me a different look and a good push, right? And I'm expecting Jamal to be like, yeah, bro, I got you. Like, whenever you need me there, I'll be there. And he was like, nah, man, I got some things I got to take care of. And I was like, wait, what? He was like, nah, man, I got to do this thing. I got to get home on Sunday. I got this, I got something I got to take care of. And I'm still like what? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, come help me train. He was like, man, I got this thing. And then like, I was like, all right, man, well, all right, you sound busy. I'll let you go. And then he texted me and he was like, all right, man, yeah, we'll let's talk next week. We'll figure something out. And I still was like, man, did Jamal just big time me? Like,
nah, bro.
Did he just
champ life me? And then like the next day or 2 days later, whatever it was like, he tore his Achilles. And I was like, damn, bro, you couldn't have just told me that 2 days ago. And
I wanted to, bro, but at the time, it was just like,
right.
It was a lot, bro. It was a lot, bro. I was like, I ain't want to really, I really ain't want to talk about it for real.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Honestly, you know what I mean? I know you care about me, bro. So I know I can't just be like, oh yeah, I got hurt. And it just be left at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yeah, bro, I think I got this going on, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had every intention on letting you know. You know,
I mean, I was relieved when you tore your Achilles because I was like, I thought I got big time. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Call me, you need my help, bro.
Oh yeah, always.
There, bro. 100% I'm there. As long as I'm willing, body, and able, bro, I'll be there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize that I even made you feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know,
there was 2 days.
Respect.
He was texting me.
Bro.
Oh, get out of here.
2 days he was texting me, Jamahal Hill's a piece of shit. Fuck guy.
Yeah, right.
He's
out here doing rapper shit.
Asshole driving around in a brand new Jeep. He's buying fucking watches. And I told him, and he won't help me train. Goddamn Jamahal Hill. That's what he told me. I'm just being honest.
Never.
Hey, I was offended that you didn't call me for the Johnny Walker camp.
That's the camp I was talking about.
You had already fought Johnny Walker at that time. I was at the Johnny Walker fight.
Oh shit, that's right. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe.
So what
I don't remember. Anyways.
So what are we looking at? 6 months, 9 months, a year? What are we saying?
They haven't really he hasn't really given me a number. If I had to say, I'd say about 6 to 8 months.
More or total?
6 to 8 months, total. Before I'm able to, I believe I could fight in about 8 months.
Right, so that's not bad. So we're talking like March, right? October,
Right.
November, December, January, Feb,
Yeah.
March, April. So April, maybe May next year.
All right. Make sure I'm back, healed, feeling good, in the rhythm, been in the rhythm for training for a while, and ready to go out and fight a title fight. I'd say May.
Well, UFC 300 is around that time. You know, now some conspiracy theorists may say that you did this on purpose. Brian, our producer, wears a tinfoil hat. You did this on purpose. It was all a big plan. Let me ask you, when you do come back, who do you think will be the champion? And that's a fancy way of asking Jiri Prochazka, Alex Pereira, who wins that fight?
I think that was a toss-up. If I'm being completely honest, I think that fight can truly go either way. I think Jiri, the way he strikes and he has the wild kind of loose style, but for that Alex isn't going for that. He's not going for the tricks. He's not going for all the out there, because he has a specific mission and specific points in places he wants to be when he's striking and when he's engaging. And I think Alex is better at getting to those spots than Jiri is. But I think physically, Jiri will be the more physically strong fighter. I think Jiri has more MMA experience. I think if he can use his unorthodoxness to, instead of trying to strike, actually get in and mix and be rounded around in mixed martial arts, clinch him up, beat him up in the clinch, drag him to the ground. And I think that more so be his best way of making it an all-around mixed martial arts fight.
Who would you rather fight? If you had to choose.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, who would you rather fight?
If I honestly had my choice and had my pick, I would have not gotten hurt. I would have had them both be in the position that they are, and I'd have whooped their ass one by one. No.
There's not one that sounds like it'd be more fun than the other?
No, they both sound like extremely fun fights, extremely fun nights for me.
Yeah.
In some ways, though, it's a great story. Right? You know what I mean? You become the champion in an epic fight with Glover. You blow out your Achilles tendon, two champions, a middleweight champ, a former light heavyweight champ. They fight for the belt. You come back in a perfect world. You take the belt off them. I mean, that's like a Rocky movie story. I mean, that's some fucking movie shit right there. You know what I mean? So, it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't really matter, man. You're going to come back. Hopefully you get your belt back. You're still going to make tons of dough. Life is good for Jamahal Hill.
Yeah. Ain't no maybe, ain't no ifs, ands, or maybes, Mike. There's nobody for me, bro. I truly feel like, you know what I mean? Even with this time off, I'm going to get better. I don't go into a room and not get better. I don't take days or months or weeks and not get better. Even if I'm not in the gym getting better, I'm watching and I'm learning things. I learn just from rethinking about things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just learn. It's just what I do. Every day I learn something. I'm always progressing. I'm always going to progress. I'm a progressive person. So no matter what, whenever I step back in there, I'm going to be a better version than I was before.
On that note, then, in terms of progression, because of the injury itself, what are you doing? A lot of jiu-jitsu off your back? That would seem like right now a smart training method. Not because of future opponents, but because you're not on your feet. Or am I wrong now?
No, I'm not doing any grappling. I haven't been doing any striking more. So it's all about PT. I'm doing PT twice a day, and then I'm doing strength and conditioning every day. So right now it's just like keeping my body strong and being able to endure, and things like that. But getting this injury right, making sure the muscles around it are strong and good. And in doing so, taking times on the little things that maybe about conditioning and strength that I wasn't up on as much before. I might come back and just be, ripped up. I might be the man whenever I come back. It's all on the table for me. I'm just playing with my game, looking at things, where can I improve, where can I make the small adjustments that'll ultimately lead to big leaps.
So the believers are going to be pissed if I don't ask you about this. You got to give us another story.
Oh,
like another funny street fight story, another Jamahal crazy life story. I know you got one in there somewhere.
He's got a lot. He's
got one in there somewhere.
Man, you got to give me something along the lines, man. You got to theme it out for me or something. Come on, man.
Give me a funny story from your regional scene days.
Regional scene days.
You got to have one of those too. Damn, we caught him on the spot.
You got to think I was only on the regional scene for like
5 fights.
Oh, he's like, I was too good. I didn't belong there.
He just blew through the competition. It's like, I mean, I was never destined for the regional scene, bro. I can't even remember those days.
We got it out of there pretty quickly.
As you should. You got anything? Because I've got a question. If not, but you got one. You got one for us, Jamal. Come on, don't hold back.
I'm gonna see what I can pull up.
Okay.
You got to get there. There's a lot in the archive. You got to give me.
Yeah, of course. You got to start set the wheels in motion. You got to start accessing the files in the memory bank. We got to trigger this. While you do that, who the hell did your lighting setup on your YouTube studio? Because I watch your videos. I'm like, motherfucker, that is a sick setup. It looks. Have you seen it, Anthony?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's incredible.
The blues and the purples and shit.
You're pretty good at it too. Like,
I'm like, this
when he's just sitting there talking and he's just dropping knowledge on people, especially when you're in your beef with someone or something like.
Whatever, I'm not stuttering. You can tell when I'm serious. There's no stutter. There's nothing.
Yep.
No fill in words. There's nothing. Yeah.
Well, that's always the way. When you're passionate about something, it's easy to talk about. Do you know what I mean? When you're trying to like just put a video together and you're not really feeling it, you're like trying to fill the gaps. But no, man, that studio looks awesome.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's my guy. My guy that I met a while back, Quan. It's his studio. He's out here in Vegas. I pull up on him from time to time over the years, and use his studio. But now that I'm out here, locked in with him.
Are you living in Vegas now?
Yeah, for recovery. Yeah.
Nice.
The reason I saw the YouTube channel, first of all, and by the way, it is very good, because of this thing with Ariel Helwani, this beef with Helwani. What happened there? What went down? What's your version?
Man, so basically,
love a little shit stir.
Yeah.
You good. So basically, bro, it just simply come down to like I'm a real person. You know what I mean? I'm real. And when I'm real with somebody, I expect, whenever they show me that they not that, I just don't with you, But then at the same time, though, when you're in a position like he is, and you steady take unnecessary shots or try to smudge my character or anything in any type of way, like it's just not necessary. So for the most part, like you seen the video of the piece where I went on about the question of one about if I'm good enough to be champ. That whole thing, I felt like that was a good interview. I feel like I gave, I kept it real, and came on with some real stuff. Somewhere in between there, the whole thing, that the Dana White situation happened with his wife, and people just tried to drag me into the situation. And I'm just like, nobody should be hitting anybody, right? Everybody keep their hands to themselves. They somehow spun this to try to put words in my mouth to say that I was condoning violence towards women, which is crazy. And I'm assuming he took that as something personal or something like that. And then whenever he asked me back on after I won the title, rather than talk about the championship, talk about the accomplishment, he just was just kind of shitty about it. You know what I mean? Like kind of just shitting on the accomplishment, like all it was, like it wasn't that serious. Like I didn't really do anything major or anything like that. Like, oh well, Yuri's still the main champion. You talking about like bringing somebody else into my moment rather than talking about that and giving me my moment. So whenever I called him out on it and I started bringing up some of the things that he said and holding his feet to the fire, he didn't want to own up to it, right? So, and rather than him own up to it, he tried to throw me under the bus, like, oh, I didn't say anything about you whenever you sided with Dana White, like saying it's okay to hit you and things like that, like trying to put words in my mouth. Like I'm like, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? So it took the interview into a whole like little weird turn of things and things like that, And I went through the interview, finished out the interview, and then afterwards, it was just like, I'm kind of thinking about it. And then just more and more things, just not so much is like with him, but like just certain other things, like outside things that you hear and things. It's like, all right, you start looking at everything. And then I looked at that interview, and then that's when we had the conversation. Like I feel like that was some dirty shit you did, And so then from there, it's just like, all right, cool. I don't fuck with you. I just won't come on your show. But every chance they get, he throws shots at me. Like the whole thing about Jiri, like, oh, I thought that said a lot about you as a person, even though you said something about him. I never said anything about him. So what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Like little subliminal shit. I don't do that. If you got something to say, say it. Like he talked about like, oh, he tried to reach out private. He never tried to reach out to me in private. All he did was cried and bitched to my manager. You know what I'm saying? Blowing up my manager's phone. When at the end of the day, over anything, all that, bro, you could have hit me up and said, or could have just been like, if he was truly like the good guy and all this, like he portrays and everything like that, he could have just been like, oh, I felt like, you felt offended. If that wasn't your intention, state that. Say that. You keep saying little subliminal shit, even in response, you know what I mean? Little subliminal shit, little thing. Like he always act like he trying to take some type of high road when he not. He really just do like little subliminal and sleazy shit, bro. You know what I mean? And obviously he's very prideful. We're all prideful, but he tries to act like that's not him. You know what I mean?
Have you guys talked since?
No.
Like no texts or anything like that?
No, he offered me to come on his show. I've already been on his show, so I'll offer him to come on my show. You know,
that's a fair point,
right? So then he's like, "Oh no, whatever, do your thing, do whatever you." It's obviously you're doing this for clicks and for likes, bro. Your whole, which honestly kind of pissed me off.
I thought I seen him say somewhere that that you guys could get on together and talk about it, and that he wouldn't put it on his channel, and you could put it on yours. I thought he said that somewhere.
Coming on his platform, and then he's talking about he'll release the footage. Bro, if that's the case, then just come on my show. We don't have to go through none of that, exchanging the files or none of that. You can just come on my show and make it easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's an angle, bro. You know, that's
let's put it on your channel and I'll referee it.
You know what I mean? Like,
there we go. I'll be the mediator.
I'll do security. I'm just throwing it out there. And this is no offense to Ariel Helwani. 1 Achilles tendon, 2 Achilles tendon. You will fuck him up. We know this. You know what I mean? I'll come and I'll hold you back.
The people on the planet. Still more dangerous than 99% of the planet.
Oh shit, man.
You know?
You ever had a road rage incident? Because I had some guy jump out of the car. I was driving home from Vegas. I'm going to let you go in just a minute. And thanks for your time, champ, as always.
The story.
So some guy jumped out of the car and was like begging me to get out of the car and fight him. I'm like, motherfucker, you got no idea. You ever had a similar situation?
All right. So here's this story time. And this ties in.
Yeah, got you.
This gives y'all a infamous Kevin Holland story, right? So.
Oh, it's even better.
This is brilliant.
I was in Fort Worth, Dallas, right? So, me and Kevin, we were chilling. I was getting ready. He was chilling. We were chilling, smoking before he drops me off at the airport, right? So we started going to the airport. Somehow, I don't know how it got mixed around. We ended up going to the wrong airport. So now he's got to get me back to this other airport before I miss my flight. So he's driving, he's hauling, and like. It's a lot of traffic, right? It's a lot of traffic. But then, like, out of nowhere, the dude in front of us is just, like, stopped up, and he's just letting cars go in front of us. So now Kev's like, yo, what the fuck? Leans out the window. Yo, what's up, bro? We got somewhere to be. Dude's just like, whatever, just, like, kind of waves Kev up. So now this pisses Kev off. Kev starts hitting on the horn. So now dude decides he's going to be a dickhead now. He's just going to hold us up and let more people go. So, bro, Kev was like, yo, he leans out the car, move your car. Dude, right? So from there, it's like, you know what? Fuck this. Bro, he goes, swerves around this dude, literally straight up cuts this dude off. And then, like, goes. So now we're at the exit. We get at this exit. Or whatever, and now he just stops, bro. He just fucking stops. Bro, stops. I'm talking like 30 fucking cars behind us on this exit, and he stopped halfway through the exit. The light's green. He's just fucking holding up everybody, bro. Now he's like, yeah, now you're on my time, motherfucker. Fuck you, bro. Like, bro, flipping the guy off and everything, like, and the dude's like this, like, oh, like he wants to like get out or something. It's like, what are you gonna do, bro? You know, like it's me and Kevin in the car.
Yeah.
We're in Texas. Come on, bro. We in Texas. Yeah, we in Texas, but and you got to know how to move in every city. We'll just say that.
Okay.
But like he's just like, yo, this dude, like, bro. I say he waited maybe like held up till it was like till cars literally started going around and cutting the dude that was behind us off, and then he took him. Bro, it was crazy. That was the one day I realized I was like, oh.
Yeah. Kevin Holland's that guy.
Bro, you don't fuck around.
Yeah,
that guy.
That's amazing. All right, Jam, we're gonna let you go.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the man. Good luck with rehab. Good luck with the comeback. Good luck with the title fight when that happens. Thanks for your time. Always a pleasure, man.
All right, man.
Stay in touch, brother.
All right, brother.
Take it easy. There he is.